Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, 9th of March. How are you? Good to see you so much. Hi, after the storm. Thank you for being here to mod. Miss Machete, thank you so much for being here to mod. If you are new, welcome in. Join our community. We'd love to have you. We're a friendly group here. We do not thrive on drama, although we are going to be talking about something a little funny today. In some ways funny, but in other ways, when we put it to regarding Sebastian's disappearance, it could mean some things, right? It could mean some situations that we'll talk about. So welcome in, welcome back. As always, I am actually honored that you would choose to spend your Sunday with me. Thank you so, so much. Hey, Panda Bear's mom. Miss Machete, thank you for being here to mod. Hey, Della, Purple Sneakers, Deanna, Justice for Kylo, Crochet. Hi, One Sock Candy. I'm on earlier than I normally am. So, Deanna Downey. Hello, Audrey's Journey. How are you? Hi, Karen. You changing your name back after the storm? Hello, hello. Texas Life Julie, hello. Have any of you been on Bumble? Have you guys been out there swiping right with CP? How is everyone? Hello, hello. Okay. Hi, Peggy. Sorry, I was reading your comments. Let me go ahead and get started. We are here today, and I want to welcome everyone in and thank you for being part of Sebastian Rogers' army. Sebastian Rogers he's won the hearts of the world. We got recently to see footage of him as a younger child working a tractor, as a younger child riding a bike. And apparently, mom's going to be releasing many, many, many photos of them together. The first couple I've seen, he is as a younger child about that age. Looking forward to seeing more of their relationships with him when he's at the age of when he went disappearing. That I think is more telling. I'm wondering what, kind of what happened, in my opinion, allegedly from, Gallatin to when they moved to Henderson and started having, calls, reports. And we learned from the interview that we saw of the neighbor that, neighbors had called from what they heard going on in the driveway. So it wasn't just teachers, it was neighbors as well. So Sebastian went missing. He was reported missing on February 26, 2024. And I'm going to give a quick update because, like I keep saying, awareness is raising. And we want to make sure that people know, hi, Misty, that people know what they're, who we're talking about. So he was reported missing February 26th in a little town, smaller town called Hendersonville, Tennessee. He was last seen leaving the Texas Roadhouse in Hendersonville, Tennessee, driving away with his mother around 6:24 to 6:26. I think he exited at 6:24 and they actually left around 6:26 p.m. There is new footage that has been released of the Texas Roadhouse, and there are several new updates from on X from AtNight Private Intelligence that we're going to cover. And then also, I want to go over that the reward is indeed 347,000. Can you guys please make sure that everyone knows that? Let me take this banner down. Sorry, everyone. Please, let's make sure everyone knows that. I don't understand why, and I seek for understanding as to why a PI of parent, stepdad and mom of a missing child keeps putting down that the reward is $50,000, so much less than it truly is. That 347 is enticing. It will bring people forward if it's going to at all. But please make it make sense to me why you would not accept that reward and let the public know. I'm working for a family. The reward's 347,000. Why would you continue? He did it again. Just today or yesterday, I just saw it pop up. He is again saying 50,000. Why is he trying to mislead the public allegedly? It is $347,000. We not only have Dogging at Night saying that, County Commissioner Don Smith came out and said it and asked everyone to share the flyer with the $347,000 reward. So I do not understand. If I had hired a PI to search for my child, that's what their task was to search for my child, and he kept announcing a lower reward, I would not keep him. Now, if I hired a PI for other reasons, perhaps maybe I would, but it would need to align with my reasoning. But if I'm hiring someone to search for my son and the reward's been acknowledged as $347,000, why do you continue to lower it by about 290 some thousand, 95,000? Do the math, I haven't yet. It just doesn't make sense. I'd send him rolling, send him packing if I had hired him to find my child and to raise awareness to the public. Yes, I would. So there's a lot to talk about. Now, we are going to talk about CP swiping right on Bumble. If they swipe, I just said it as a joke. Swiping right, going on a date. Yes, I made a little fun with it. He's in a nice little suit there. He's all schnazzy. Went to the Patterson House. But really, the reason we're going to talk about it is the implications it has in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. He made a very disturbing statement to the person he went out with. And I will tell you that statement. He told them his son was deceased. I think we need to look at that, and that's why I'm bringing this up. Okay. Also, because it gives us a little insight into the state of the relationship of Sebastian's stepfather and mother after he went missing and where they are now, seeming unified in the interview. So we have a lot to talk about there. And AtNight put out footage. They slowed it down, so it's at about 20 minutes. I have not looked at it yet. They did put out that they do not need us to study it and analyze it, just to put it out there for awareness, because they have had it analyzed. So everything that we're spotting in there, most likely they're spotting. Okay. So no one needs to send them a message or anything. If they hear something different than what they know, they'll ask about it. Okay. So let's not flood the lines. That's one thing X wants to make sure is we are keeping those lines open. And we need to bring Sebastian Waindrake Rogers home. It's been over a year. We have one parent searching. We have one parent who is the reason, his voice is the reason this case has not gone cold. And so many of you ask, well, why didn't Summer get a FBI reward? Why didn't Summer get a truck like Michael Vaughn? Why isn't Summer getting what Sebastian's getting when they're in the same state? Well, the difference is Sebastian and Michael have parents who are using their voices for him. Thank goodness Sebastian has Seth. Otherwise, he'd be in pretty much the same boat as Summer. Crickets. But Seth never lowered his voice. He raised it, and he raised it, and he raised it. So the nation heard, the world heard. Dog the Bounty Hunter, AtNight. So many people involved all around the world. Now, we have people in our chat from South Africa, Australia, England, Canada, you name it. Ireland, they're watching, they're listening. So we are going to watch the footage, but we're not going, please, I ask of you, if I see something that I find is important, I will put it in, but you let me know and I'll determine if they know it. Okay. But let's not flood their lines. Let's keep them open for Sebastian, because we are going to bring him home. I am praying the $347,000 reward will entice the low-hanging fruit. Maybe they heard something, overheard something, know something, and maybe $347,000 outweighs their loyalty and desire to sit in prison. This is Crime Time Buzz. Thank you all so much for being here. Hit that subscribe and notification bell for further updates. We are discussing Sebastian Rogers with opinions, speculations, and theory based on the updates. A source that allegedly called into another channel and was on a date with CP, and other information coming out through updates. We are speculating, theorizing, sharing our opinions for entertainment purposes only, and because we are raising awareness for Sebastian and we want to bring him home. So, friends, let's talk first. So, a lady called into, and I always say, let's not be using channels' names, okay? I'm going to use his name because I'm going to repeat his information, and it's credit to him. Clutch them pearls. We're not using them in the chat anymore, my friends. Please don't use other channels, because I do notice when I go back, people say nasty things. Okay, and I know you're saying lovely things, but I don't want to set them up for a nasty response from others. So someone called in. He spoke to them later. The person went on a date with CP 9.5 to 10 months ago. Okay, 9.5 to 10 months ago. Hold on, someone's messaging me. Okay. And they went on a date with him in Nashville to a bar called the Patterson House. Now, the reason this is relevant, like I said, is for two reasons. A story he told the person, and what does it tell us about the relationship? And by the way, I am going to say this right now. Spousal privilege, where you do not have to tell and testify against your spouse, does not count when it involves the lives of children. Look it up. Do your own research. So spousal privilege would not be a reason to stay together. But if someone's out dating, let's talk about the state of that, okay? So let's get to it. Patterson House. They met on Bumble. CP swiped right. He did not tell the person he was married. He did go by his real name, which tells me something. He did not have to hide that he was out on sites. Okay? That's alleged. That's my opinion. He didn't have to hide it if he was using his real name. Okay? That's my opinion. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, they went about 9.5, 10 months ago. So that would be about like May or June, maybe April, May, June, depending how close she was on her time frame. And if you recall, that was about the time we were hearing unverified rumors. I didn't verify them. That's why I'm saying unverified, that they had allegedly split up, that CP was living in his own apartment, allegedly, right? So I don't know. Does this story lend some truth to that? They were moving on. Remember, back in that time, no one was saying anything. Everything had gone quiet around April 2nd from law enforcement. Remember, KP did the Reels interview, and that was it. No CP. Everything went quiet with confidence. When the FBI reward living life, allegedly living life. And I am behind in comments, so I will be right there. Hello to all of you. Hello, Spring Winds. So let me just finish what I'm saying because I want to get to it. So we heard those rumors. Does this lend truth to it that they had split? They were, they didn't need to be together anymore. But you know what about that? A couple of things. It may lend truth that he used his real name, that he didn't have to hide it, that they were split, that he did have his own apartment. This is all alleged. Okay. But then I want you to think about something. How would that make you feel? Hi, Lori Speckman. Thank you so much for joining our family. We're all one big family, whether you're a member or not, but our reunions are Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, but with your time change, I have to look at that. Okay. So I'll probably keep it 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you heard that, he's not hiding it. Okay. That tells me one thing. But the other thing is kind of gut wrenching, in my opinion, because for KP, how would you feel? And this is an alleged theory, please. Where, Lori Speckman, where can I get a poster with the reward for Sebastian? Want to post it on my page. If you go to AtNight, are you on X, Lori? Or can someone drop a link to the flyer with the $347,000 reward? Mods, thank you for doing that, Lori. Raising awareness is so important right now. Thank you. Okay, so if you were in KP's shoes, and I know a lot of us can't even relate or put ourselves there, the non-emotional bond, the not coming forth, the not correcting details a year ago instead of now, the lack of emotion. We noticed yesterday matching tennis shoes, by the way, with KP or with Sebastian, the black tennis shoes, white sole, Sebastian had on, KP also had on. Also, the person with the crossed legs at Texas Roadhouse went on or had them on. But how would that make you feel if someone gave you an ultimatum? And that's been all over. I mean, we've heard it. You are my child, and I hope you choose your child. And then your child's gone, disappeared. And suddenly, your dude's dating. You lose everything, right? You lose everything. For what? And that, my friends, may be the very lesson here, right? Never, never put a man before your child, allegedly, in my opinion. So they went to the Patterson House in Nashville. It was and this person did report it to TBI months and months ago, so we don't need to let them know. Lori Speckman, you look so much like my best friend from middle school, high school, and my sorority sister from college. You look so much like her in your photo. So, and thank you. Welcome in. So how, I don't know. They went, I don't know how it would make KP feel, but if KP knew because he's using his name and that was the arrangement, they had split up or they have an open marriage allegedly, who knows? We don't know. We are not them. But if she's just finding this out now after allegedly, ultimatums and aligning with her husband, this would be quite the punch, wouldn't it? Would it be the thing for you to, would it be enough if you didn't know this information? If this is new to you and you're in KP's shoes, would it be enough for you to turn on him with information you had, allegedly, in my opinion? Just asking, just wondering, right? Just wondering. So they went to the Patterson House. It's a fancy little bar. It is. Fancy little bar, drinks start, I think it was about $20, the lowest drink, I think. Let me look. Yeah, about $20 for the lowest drink. Their food's pretty much bar food. Okay. And their food's pretty much bar foods, except they do have tartar, which is usually, that's a delicacy to many. It's unusual to see, but so it was a nice place, which is why he's dressed so snazzy for the occasion to meet his match in Nashville at the Patterson House. What's alarming is we also have to look at this not only because of the state of the relationship. Were they moving on? And once Dog and AtNight and the $50,000 reward came from FBI, did their confidence go down? Remember, they said no comment about the reward at first. Then they said, whatever questions you have, you can talk to law enforcement. And then law enforcement came out and made it clear, remember, after that, that it was a criminal investigation, or someone did that night. Someone did. Okay. So those things are important sometimes in the orders that they happened, right? And you all have so much insight. Don't forget to let me know things you know too. Hey, Criminal Med. Hey, Prayer Warrior. Hey, Kaz 1888. Scotland supporting Sebastian Drake Rogers. Thank you. So let me keep going. So it's not only the state of the relationship. After the others came forth, we've got the heat on now, criminal investigation, things are being leaked, put out there, theories, other things. Eyes are clearly mainly on, in my opinion, CPKP for most. And then you hear this. He tells his date. And mind you, it's 9.5, 10 months ago, about that his son died in a car accident. They were driving and hit black ice at a 2 road. So I'm assuming a 2-way road, 2-lane road. I don't know. And he hit black ice and got in a car crash. Let me repeat that. He told his date that his son died in a car accident. They hit black ice on a 2 road. They told Clutch, Justin. And he hit black ice and got in a crash. Now, she did not say when this occurred. So it's not like we can pull up a traffic report. Well, or could we, to see if one really existed? I don't know. Yes, we could probably. Yes. We know where it was, right? Or no, we don't know. It could have been anywhere from Hendersonville to Memphis to Nashville. Who knows? He didn't give a location as far as I heard. Okay. So now you just tell me, what does that mean when someone would say their child whom is missing, mind you, their child whom is missing? Oh, Maria, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it so much. Bless you. Blessings. Your child is missing for maybe, a couple months. Let's see, February, March, April, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 months fallen in it when this point occurred. And the person tells someone, his son died in a car accident, but the child's missing. My son died in a car accident. Black ice. We hit black ice, a 2 road, and got in a crash. Okay. It gives me Scott Peterson vibes. Right? It just gives me, I don't know. I don't like it, allegedly, in my opinion. No, wait a minute. Who was it? Was it? Yes, Scott Peterson told the woman he was dating, Amber Fry, that his wife had passed away. Interesting. Anyway, it's disturbing to me. I always worry, a little bit of truth comes out in the lies. But why would you even say it? Why wouldn't you? If you're going to say something that shocking to someone you're out on a first date with, allegedly a first date, if you're going to say something that shocking, because that's heavy, why wouldn't you just tell the truth as to what you told the public? He was reported missing February 26th, last seen on the 25th. when he went to bed. So I find that really concerning, in my opinion, that you would make that up. Scott Peterson made up when his wife was missing that she had died before to the woman he was dating. And guess what? She washed up. Bless her heart, rest in peace. And she was 9 months pregnant with Connor. And he later washed up. He also washed up, forgive me. So I don't like that. I don't like that. That to me is terrifying. Okay, and someone says, I call BS. Did they get a new car? Whose car was he driving then? Amelia, I do not know that answer to that. We're all allowed to disagree in here. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing of it is it's an awful thing to say when your child's missing. Who would say that? Who would say that when your child's missing and everyone but you and your wife, practically, allegedly, theorizing, in my opinion, is out searching, and you're sitting at a bar telling someone he's deceased from a car accident? I'm that's just so concerning to me. So that's why I felt we needed to discuss this, because it shows the state of their relationship, possibly, or he deceiving KP after their life should have been wonderful. Because according to CP, he couldn't handle being around Sebastian. He wanted him gone. They wanted him out. They wanted him at CES. They wanted him at a school for troubled kids. They didn't want him there. And everyone's searching for him. He's sitting on a bar stool, allegedly, that's in my vision, talking to a first date, telling her his son's deceased from a car accident, sliding on black ice. It just blows my mind. And you're right. Was there a new car? Was there a wreck? Because if that were true, we know that's not true, obviously, guys. Allegedly. I don't believe that's true, but it's disturbing. Because you're right. Is there an accident report with CP? Wouldn't that have been all over the news, you all? Stepfather of missing child in car accident. Child deceased. Child in car with him deceased. Or, whatever the timing and the circumstances were, it would have hit the news with him. But he didn't say when it was. It's very confusing. But if he did have an accident, they would have wrecked a car, even if it was before. Well, no, it couldn't have been before. All his story would have to be obviously happening between February 25th, because that's where Sebastian was last seen alive. So there was no car purchased after February 25th, was there? Because another one was wrecked. And believe me, it would have been all over the media that he got into an accident like that with a child inside the vehicle who's deceased now. So baloney. But why did he lie? That's what we have to look at. Why would he lie? Especially if he's on a date and he knows he's on the news. And later on, she sees him and says, oh my gosh, that's the guy I went out with, thus the call to TBI. Just like Scott Peterson, why did he lie? He was all over the news too. Wife was deceased. So, hi Batgirl, hi Mona Smoke, good to see you. Ginger Snap, Miss Autoimmune, 10-point defender. Yeah, I don't believe it's what happened either, obviously. But I just think that it's terrifying and a big, huge red alert. Right? And they both wanted Sebastian not to live there anymore. I keep up the chatter. And so he isn't there. He's, it's just terrifying that he would say something like that. And why would you when you know you're in the news with your stepson being reported missing? It's senseless. I'm hoping law enforcement has gotten to the bottom of that statement, which they know about it, but I'm just saying I hope because it's weird. Who does that? I'm sorry for the loss of your uncle. Keep up the chatter. Yeah, so it's concerning. Hi, wilted lettuce. Good to see you. Hi, DuckTales. Amelia, A got change. Patricia, Gypsy, hello. Hello, Terrier. Michelle Stewart, Christina. I did not hear whether or not he mentioned faith, but you know what I was thinking about, and I'm glad you brought that up, Christina, is that dating time. If it is in June, if it was 10 months ago, that's about when Faith was supposed to be in town. And remember, they weren't staying in their home over the summer. Okay, very strange, very creepy, very, very creepy. Okay, hi, Barbalua. Yeah, you haven't noticed CPS's arm scratched up from the dogs since then. Oh, great point. Also, we learned from the neighbor's interview, we went back over it. Thank you. I'm so glad she did that. Is that at the time Sebastian went missing, behind Kellen and between Kellen and the construction site, barbed wire fences were up there. Right? I hadn't known that. Think about that. So, we don't know. We don't know. This lady went on a channel. She claims to have. Oh my gosh. All I need is Jesus. Are you serious? That is heartbreaking. And how wrong. Mm, I'm sorry for her loss. And oh, maybe yeah, a little bit of this from this person, a little bit of that from that person, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Jay, review the date. New people came in. Oh, thank you for letting me know. This person came in to Clutch Them Pearls in the last couple of days. And hi, Gina Marie. Hey, Melinda. Said that, now let me get it right. Let me write it down because I had it down too. 9.5 to 10 months ago, she went on a date with CP. She did not give a date. So I was just going through 9.5, 10 months ago, what, May, June? So that's the date. They went to the Patterson House in Nashville. They met on Bumble. He did go by his real name, which then makes me wonder, well, were they split up? So he's fine dating? Was he just confident she wouldn't look? Did she not know until the person called into Justin's? I don't know. But he was out on a date. Instead of searching for Sebastian, traveling, dating, pig fest, what next? Hi, Carrie. How are you? Hi, Jazz. Hey, TC. Amelia, Michael Johnson. Hello, Della. Lois Roberts. Lois Roberts says if this is true and he lied about his son dying in a car accident, I hope this lady's smart, runs background check, or just types his name in. Yeah, I'm speechless too. Well, clearly I'm talking, but I mean, I was shocked, right? This could be verified. Yes. I don't know what you all are saying about a red truck. The red truck for summer? Is that what you all are talking about? Or He just might make the dumbest criminal list, in my opinion. You know, when we read that thing the other day, when it said, when police have a lot of circumstantial evidence and they're looking for physical evidence, you'll often wonder why in the world they're not making arrests and stuff. And it's because they want their suspects or persons of interest or curiosities to think they have mastered their own crime. And then they are big talkers, and they talk and they talk and they talk, and they're lies, lies, lies. They love that. That's why they do it. And he has been, I'm sure, a treasure trove for them, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay. So we now have several updates. Can't we get this verified through past incidents or news? Very disturbing. Okay. If there had been, now let's think about this. Sebastian was reported missing in February 26th. If he's dating, now he was last seen February 25th. If there had been an accident with the stepfather, that would have been all over the news, especially if Sebastian had been in the vehicle and died from it. So that is a bold-faced lie, in my opinion. Okay. So, he's trying to make something look accidental. I don't know. And that suspect, why not just say, hey, my stepson's missing and that we've been searching for him for a few months now. Why not just say that? Why make up this story like Scott Peterson did to his girlfriend about his wife and unborn child? They were deceased. It worries me. So you could, Amelia, you could go through in, Tennessee. It would be in Tennessee because he would, the date, or, he was last seen in Tennessee. Okay. That's what we know. But believe me, I really believe if it was true, it would have been all over the news. Sebastian's stepfather was in an accident and Sebastian was in the vehicle and didn't make it. Our missing child has been found, right? It can't be true, it's just, it's odd. Carrie says CP told Seth he couldn't handle KP's issues and Sebastian's both because allegedly, remember when we heard Nancy Grace asking her if she had been drinking that night, all that stuff? And we've heard alleged things, but apparently, well, Reverend Donna shared with us some things Seth had said, and we had heard a little bit of that from Seth, that Seth would be sleeping allegedly and she'd jump on him and attack him in the night. We've heard little bits of rumors of that, and Reverend Donna shared that, but also that she was a big drinker. We knew she was an MMA fighter trained, but that she's a big drinker and a mean one. And like she would just urinate in the bedroom on the floor and things. But yet we get upset with Sebastian for incontinence and put him in diapers. Why wasn't she wearing diapers, in my opinion? So there's a lot. I think that is a very, 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 very dysfunctional, in my opinion, marriage. Hey, I'm sorry, Missy, I can't say it. Pray for all the women out there who is dating, because CP is not the only dude out here who has that same personality. Exactly. Watch them. Be careful. I refuse, and Misty continues, I absolutely refuse to be a part of the dating pool nowadays. Yeah, true facts. Hi, Canadian True Crime. Hello, everyone. Okay, we are going to go over the updates now. I wanted to make sure that you knew that because that is alarming to say someone is deceased when they are not. That is, in my opinion, psychopathic, allegedly, in my opinion. Especially when everyone else in the world's out looking for him. You're sitting on a stool saying he's deceased. No, of course there was no crash, guys. We know when Sebastian was last seen. We know he was reported missing. We know it's gotten national attention. We know with the amount of sleuthing and researching and pulling things up that would have been on the news, or we would have found it. Someone would have, okay? It's not true. And they would have ended the missing person search, okay? I'm trying to read your comments for a second. Okay, I hope so to investigate some. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the updates, and then we're going to get to the new footage. They have analyzed, they just want us to play it, watch it. They've analyzed everything in it from what they're saying. And so we don't need to send them, hunches. They watch our videos, you know that, all the channels videos. And so if they hear something, they'll reach out. If it's important tip, I will always send it. Okay. But let's get to the updates first on X. Look how snazzy he's dressed. There have been a few updates. We're going to go over them all and then do the footage. Okay. Go to my goodness, there's many. Okay. We read that one. Okay. This is from today, AtNight Private Intelligence. Search for Sebastian Wayne Rogers. Have you seen me? $347,000 reward. Well, whenever they seem to put up these updates lately, SF and them are reporting, well, at least today, let me clarify. Today, he's reporting a $50,000 reward again. So $340,000 reward, March 9th, 2025. That's today. AtNight is releasing 6 minutes of real-time footage from Texas Roadhouse on February 25th, 2024. For those of you new to the case, that is the last time proof of life of Sebastian Wayne Rogers, other than his mother's words, that she was home alone with him. So that is her alibi. Home alone with him, put him to bed, locked the doors, put him to bed, woke up in the morning. He was no longer there. She was still in the house, the only one, and the doors were still locked, yet he was gone. Okay, so this is real-time footage, February 25th, last proof of life, where Sebastian Wayne Rogers, 16, he was 15 when he went missing, was last seen. This footage has been slowed down, extending the total runtime to 20 minutes to allow for more detailed review. So they know what they're seeing in it. They want us to see it. Okay? But we don't have to tell them what we're finding right now. Because watch, coming up, the footage has been carefully analyzed by professionals. We're not asking the public to investigate it, but to help ensure this case remains in the public eye. So we're going to watch it. We're going to study it for a detailed review, which they have already done. So they don't need us to investigate and report it, but to watch it, to run it. Maybe we'll run it twice for people. What they are asking the public to do, watch and share responsibly. Keep Sebastian's face visible is critical to bringing him home. Avoid speculation. Unverified claims and assumptions can mislead the search and flood tip lines, delaying legitimate efforts. If you were at the Texas Roadhouse that night and recall something after reviewing this footage, report it immediately. Even small details may be crucial. Now, I'm sure remember we had the footage before with the unblurred faces. I'm sure the locals the manager maybe was able to help them identify some people that were in there that they could speak to. I hope so. So they only want firsthand information now. Okay. Sumner County, 615-451-3838. I am not sure you can reach that line all the time. I've gotten voicemails before, but I do know you can reach AtNight and Dog by texting or calling at 844-922-3236. You can also reach someone at Most Wanted at manhunts.one. That's an email, Most Wanted at manhunts.one, tips.fbi.gov, and 1-800-TBI-FIND. Sebastian is still missing. If you know something, say something. If you were there that night and now remember anything, come forward. Otherwise, help by keeping his story alive. So that's our role today. We're going to keep his story alive. And I was going to show you this. Well, I'll show it to you. We'll watch it now. Okay. This is an old December one. Remember, back in December, the reward was $225. Boy, they've really done a lot to raise it. Okay, let me go back to the beginning. We are going to watch it and study it. And I will blow it up. Someone said he should never date anyone with children. Allegedly, I agree. Carrie says maybe he's saying he was in a car crash could be just a cover for injuries that may be found on him when he's found, in my opinion. Could be. Wow, then why didn't they just say that, right? But I don't buy it still. But I do agree with you. I think the thud is also important to know that if we see allegedly any, in my opinion, any head injuries, right? And really sad. We're talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers today. Please send a vibe, say a prayer, whatever you feel, whatever is your thing for this family, for this child, that we can locate him and start a path to justice. And then also find the others. So many missing. Let's go ahead and watch the footage together. Thank you for being here, my dear family. Always a pleasure to spend Sundays with you. This will be 20 minutes. And this is at 6:19, so it's about 5 minutes prior to their exit. I know many of you have noticed the tossing of the menu, as did I. That's just not normal mother behavior. And nothing saying with it, it just was brash, in my opinion. It's his nerves. He's looking down at his nails. Now, it could just be a habit, but we found lots of stuff in the footage yesterday. We did. In our opinion, there's 3 people between the cars, I think. And by the way, after watching it when GH left, I think the 2 may have stayed. The other 2 were staying back by the cars, but we're not sure. But they know. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for explaining the footage. I appreciate you. Thank you. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, walla boom boom, right? It's just unbelievable. Hi, allegedly innocent. How are you? So this is that inside we're looking at. It is now 6:19 in there. It's slowed down, remember. There's the worker in the black sweatshirt and hat who pays quite a bit of attention to what's going on between the cars, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. You know, Karen, we may need to do a live on safeties for women. Yes. I love this quote or this comment. Do these ladies not know the danger of meeting on Bumble and other apps yet? Do we need to do a live? We might need to. We may need to. Hi, JD Wells. Additional footage. This is additional footage. Thank you, though. You don't have to watch it if you think it's a joke. Move along. Wouldn't you want, JD, if you're helping look for Sebastian, wouldn't you want to see every moment before he disappeared? Right? Right, JD Wells? Wouldn't you want to see every moment? This is additional footage that has not been released. Aren't you interested in watching? Why not? Why not, JD Wells? Why is it a joke to you that there's 6 more minutes? Slow down for us to study. Don't you want to study it? Aren't you here to study everything for Sebastian and help raise awareness and look, JD Wells? That's why we're here. Why are you here, JD Wells? One must ask you. Keep an eye on that person, please. Misty, are you in here? Start screenshotting. Armelia says, what if CP has another son we don't know about through another marriage? Just thinking. We heard rumors of that once, and I never got any verification on that. But if that's the case, then then he was behind the wheel and responsible for a child's death. Not like murder, I'm saying, but that would be concerning. And if that were the case, I would assume Nina would have known. I don't know. But it's great thinking, Armelia. I'm just brainstorming back at you. We do a lot of brainstorming here. We try and do some critical thinking. We can agree, we disagree, we throw out things. We say, oh, that can't make sense. This could. Thank you so much, Panda Bear's mom, for your super sticker. Appreciate you. So we do throw things out. Bedazzle Blue, how are you? Love the name. Hi, Tooth for Us. Hi, Amber Benner. Interesting. Hi, Frank. Hadn't seen you in a couple of days. Good to see you. Taurus, hello. Donna B. CP and Casey Anthony. MMA. Who urinates on the floor? Allegedly is innocent. Apparently and allegedly KP does. Not Sebastian, KP. So when we're saying the stepdad allegedly screams, can't stand the smell of PISS in the house, I'm sure he's addressing, according to this rumor, allegedly, in my opinion, both KP and Sebastian, right? I wonder if she slept in the garage. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Okay. Look at him. He's such a handsome young man. He looks to me like he just got a haircut. Now, I'm just throwing out observations that have already been noted, just so you know. He has black tennis shoes on and white soles, as does KP. As did the guy in front of the Texas Roadhouse with his legs crossed and his back to us, standing near a pickup truck. I agree, Elsa. Elsa thinks he just needs a woman in his life, but doesn't know how to treat him, allegedly. Just imagine though if that's true and she didn't know and they didn't have an agreement. Hey, hindsight, how are ya? And they didn't have a agreement, how that would really hurt after everything that's gone down, that may have gone down. Hi, Mama Risa. Welcome in, everyone. I know DuckTales, we listened to it together in our members live over the weekend because I didn't want to replay it for Seth to have to listen to because he does come in here. We did listen to it in our members live, and it's just horrifying. However, I will say, in my opinion, TB has that personality to be like that. But I thought it's also very telling that perhaps, in my opinion, if that is how it went down, that I'm just speculating. I don't think that was part of the plan that KP knew of. I just don't. Allegedly, in my opinion. I just, maybe I'm naive to what a mother would be willing to do, but in my opinion, I'm having a feeling someone took an opportunity to be a bully and a, you know what. Um, Tanya Jones, we don't know for sure if he has a son with a previous wife or stepson. I don't. I know back a few months ago, there was we heard an alleged grandchild, which meant there was a child, obviously of CP's, but I have never verified that or even attempted to, quite frankly. I was more focused on Sebastian. Mama's World, can you do me a favor and email me first at crimetimebuzz@gmail.com and put Mama's World in the subject, and then I will email you back, my friend. I would assume that, yes, the step socks are paying for legal fees. I would assume so, but I do not know. With all the money they had, I think it's also interesting that that was never contributed to a reward. Because if they truly believe, like their PI, that their reward is only $50,000, not 347, with their kind of money, why aren't they adding to it? Just my thoughts. It's just really sad to look at this and know this is the last time anyone ever saw him. Do you notice how aware he is? He's making eye contact, looking up at every individual who walks by, which makes me concerned. Is he normally like that? Would he watch everyone walking by? Is he uncomfortable? Is KP telling him something? Is she saying someone's around that he doesn't like? I don't know. Hello, all from the Briar. Hello, Falker's dad. Hello, hello. Hi, Charlene McPike. Oh, I bet, Charlene. I bet. I bet. I didn't get to see it all, but I saw enough, right? It was good. Oh, that's a great point. Kim said that, you're more cautious out on a date. If you say your son disappears, you might say, I still can't buy that you'd go the passed away way just to get less questions. I don't know. Maybe you just wouldn't mention it. I don't know. Hi, Eric. Good evening. Hi, Regina. It's interesting though, isn't it, Kim? Because it's hard to grasp what would motivate someone to say that. Love the way he looks up. He does look up when the waitress comes a lot, makes eye contact. Now he's looking down. KP's pointing to something. And another thing, we did hear that the pictures at the table were taken to show CP he had eaten his whole dinner, which ired me. That angered me. You don't give an alleged abuser power when they're not even home, or even when they are, but that bothered me a lot. But then because we all were like, well, everyone's like, there's a whole plate of food, right? Well, now it's that she was taking photos of him because he used salad dressing and he never eats salad dressing. So for those of you who like to check every detail, when she's taking those photos, check and see if you think he's eating a salad. Michelle has a good question. I'll try and get to it. No, I'm sure by now, Michelle says, has anyone been on the dating site and looked for CP? Oh, I'm sure since last night, many have. I have not. Yeah, I'm sure many have. He apparently used his own name. I heard one of you, my mods, my beautiful, I don't know, I shouldn't say because you didn't tell me I could repeat it, but one of you told me that they heard on that, because I didn't hear the whole thing, that she called him Chris, not Christopher. You know, I don't know if he went by Chris Proudfoot on it or Christopher, but she called him Chris. That's interesting, though. That's a great question. Yeah, it's just a lot of things, right? Just a lot of things. Hi, Chima. I've been seeing you in there, and you know what? I didn't say anything. I'm so used to you being with us, but I've missed you. I know you were traveling. Good to see you. Hi, Txrh girl. Was it ever clarified that it was Sebastian taking out the trash that night? No, it was not. What it has been said is Seth said it was way too dark. The neighbors said it was way too dark, that you could only see a silhouette. And that means, in my opinion, the garage floodlights were off. They weren't on like CP corrected KP and Nancy Grace. And I think that's why that was a correct. He wanted us to think those were on. Allegedly, they were not. Okay, yes, please hit the like button. We are watching the new footage. Oh, I'm going to take that down, Gma, just so we can see everything. There's the white SUV. Many of you have brought attention to the SUV that stops behind KP's car. Now, what I want to do, let me see. We're watching it. He's no longer there. They're going to come. Hey, they're not at their table. Let's see here. They're not outside. Wonder if this possibly could be when Sebastian went to the restroom. Now out comes Yellow, along with KP and Sebastian behind. There's a lot of pressure. We hope so, right, One Sock Candy? We hope so. I'd love to hear you out, Mama's World. Please email me. I would love to hear you out. crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. I would be happy to hear I would love to hear anything. We haven't found Sebastian yet, so anything, please. Hi, Stephen. How are you? Oh, SI officer says, sorry, I haven't followed the dating situation in timeline. I thought this happened prior to him going missing. Driving and listening. Hey, that's okay. We're on it now. Will you email me anything you do know, SI officer? Thank you for listening. Be careful while you're driving, please. Yeah, we had many interpretations while we watched, don't we, hindsight? Hindsight, like that one you did that we watched. Oh my gosh, it was so unnerving for me, about the conversation, and then Sebastian's watching him emotionally afterwards. Oh my goodness. I had Seth in here when we were watching it, so I didn't really go into every little thing I was saying because I wanted to respect his presence in here. Um, but yeah, hindsight, that was so well done. Yes, Blanche is retired, but I just kept getting, I guess I didn't stop to listen if it was Blanche, but that was before Julie even got Blanche, when I called. Oh, he did indeed. Peter Hyatt did indeed pass away. Do we have verification on that? Because it was released, someone said it a couple weeks ago too. So bless his heart, prayers up. What a wonderful, wonderful person, asset to the community, and everything he did. We have a lot of video with Peter Hyatt. We should cherish it. Rest in peace. I will verify that too right now. Also. Oh, thank you, Tanya, for letting us know. Yes, we can set a date and time when everyone prays together. Absolutely. And a moment of silence. That's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'd be happy to facilitate that. I'm writing it down right now. Absolutely. Thank you, Mama First. That's beautiful. It just makes Sebastian isn't smiling in this. You're right. I know. He smiles in the one like when his dad was dropping him off, that last photo. And that's another thing. If you're taking photos at a table and your child goes missing under less than 12 hours later, why aren't you giving them the last photo you ever took of him? Make that make sense. Make it make sense that the ones we're seeing now are when he was much younger, just like the tractor ride, just like the bike ride. Why aren't we seeing photos of a good relationship once we moved into Hendersonville? Those are all Gallatin stuff. It does seem like she's explaining something. I know. I want to send you all after this. Go over to Hindsight if you haven't seen it. I showed it for you, but go over and watch it. She does a great compilation of the conversation and then his emotional state afterwards. Hi, Becky. Becky says, in my opinion, no matter what they say about him, he is gone, in my opinion. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up, everyone. When did Katie go back to the Roadhouse to confront them about the video? Kelly's asking. I don't know the exact date, but I do know it was around the time of the whole green hoodie stuff and everything going on. I do know someone who there said allegedly she made a scene and was asked to leave. Armelia says yellow coat guy arrived after Katie to the restaurant. So the manager did ask her to leave. It was when it was just really blowing up. And if you go back to X, you'll probably be able to catch an update. I would say it was back in, when did we say Green Hoodie passed away? November, December. That's a guess. Yellow coat arrived after KP. Interesting. Hadn't noticed that. Watch again. Okay. So, hold on one second, y'all. Hello, everyone. I'm reading your comments right now. I watched this over and over again, and I swear she put something in the black napkins, and the guy in yellow jacket sent a worker back to retrieve it. A phone, maybe, in my opinion. Ooh. Okay. Was that can you see that in this footage? Or do we need to go to a different footage 10-point defender? Or do you have a timestamp even? That's interesting. Sent a worker back. Okay, let's just take a peek. Was that in the beginning when they sat down? Oh, I will give her a call, Charlene. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, you mean on this? I'll give her a call. Thank you for letting me know. The Idaho case, yes. Oh my goodness. And now he's using the autism defense. Going to. But if he does use the autism defense and he does get a diagnosis, in order to use it, he has to admit to guilt. And it would be used during the punishment phase, not the searching for guilt phase, not the trial phase. Georgie Girl the third, in my opinion, looks like they're sitting in the car next to it. I can't get a grasp on where they are yet, to me. But then at one point with the waving of the arms, I thought maybe they were outside of the vehicle. Just when you think, boom, right, Mama First, some of these things, it's just unbelievable. This case, the Idaho 4 case. If you watched Lori Vallow, Daybell, on her interview on Dateline, I'm halfway through because she's a lot. I cannot sit and watch her in large doses. I'm only halfway. She is a piece of work. Let me tell you guys, go watch it if you've missed it. And she is defending herself for the murder of her husband, her ex-husband, Charles Vallow. Well, not ex. They were, okay. Charles Vallow. And in Chandler, Arizona, he was unalived by her brother, Alex, who claimed he shot him in self-defense. She's defending herself. Now, she has nothing to lose because she has 3 convictions already, a life sentence. She dodged Idaho death penalty in the firing squad. So she's convicted of unaliving Tylee, Ryan, or Tylee, JJ, and Daybell's wife, her 5th husband's wife. Now in Arizona, she is going on trial for unaliving her husband and a conspiracy to attempt to unalive her niece's estranged husband by shooting at him at his home. And oddly enough, that niece had left him suddenly and went and joined Chad and Lori out in Idaho and married within days of arriving there. Very strange story. You want conspiracy, you want unbelievable. So she is going to something. She's got nothing to lose. She's made a decision to defend herself, so we won't just see her sitting there. We'll see her in action. And I'm sure she'll be dragging out whatever she can. So everyone's looking in that direction. Yeah. I believe it's the outside footage we need to focus on. I do too, Carrie. I came across some things in the last couple of days that, yeah. Diana, Janine identifies him as that. Has anyone else identified Yellow Jacket as that? I know Janine does, and I'm not dissing her, but has anyone else identified her? Okay. So we got a lot going on. Still looking for Sebastian. There are more updates I'm going to share with you real quick, okay? This was just 12 hours ago. Okay. $347,000 reward. Call 844-922-3236. Most wanted at manhunts.1 for Sebastian Rogers. A review of surveillance footage of Sebastian Rogers from February 25th, 2024 in Hendersonville, Tennessee suggests he may be in danger. So please call. Please, anything you know firsthand, please let them know. This young man needs to be found. Whatever games people are playing need to end. This is the footage. We just watched that one. Just want to make sure I get you all the updates. 2 hours ago. Let's see. Okay. Let me enlarge this one. Over a year in, this is from AtNight Private Intelligence 2 hours ago. Let me make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. Over a year into the search for Sebastian Rogers, our resolve only deepens. Amen. We get stronger, right, Sebastian's Army? The reward has hit $347,000. And they have to keep repeating that because we have a PI who keeps saying it's 50,000. And I don't know why. I think the people who hired him should let him know that they would rather he reflect the correct, proper reward because it's much more enticing. All alleged, in my opinion. The rewards hit $347,000, proof of the families, dog, the bounty hunters, and our team's unyielding commitment. And they've stood by Seth. And for that, I'm so grateful, along with Tony, who's never left Seth's side since they met. Basically, they're buddies, now brothers. We've released the new Texas Roadhouse footage to keep the momentum alive. No evidence of harm fuels our faith that Sebastian's out there. With every step, we trust answers are coming. Keep praying, keep sharing. Okay? No evidence of harm fuels our faith that he's out there. Right? There's look at him. He looks concerned there to me. Smiling, not smiling. I know she said that's chocolate milk, but, well, okay. Let's see if there's any more. We looked at this one. Remember, we looked at that one. Yesterday, we studied it in detail at 6 minutes. So we might be caught up. Let me just make sure. They are dedicated. They are looking. We are going to bring him home. We are going to. This is something I want you all to pay attention to. This is disturbing to me. And Deception Detective responded to it. Okay. The final photos of Sebastian Rogers were taken by his mom at dinner the night he vanished. But they never made it past the table. Now look at, she's taking a photo. He's got a full plate. Look at right there. Full plate. Why would you say he's finished all his dinner? You wouldn't. Now she's saying, well, it's because he put salad dressing on it. Why must we always change? Just like that time SF said it was a kid in the neighborhood in that sedan picking up a girl at 3 a.m. We said, no, it can't be. The neighbors aren't like that. My source told me that. And then he says, oh, well, it was this, then it was this, then it was that. He went through several ideas within minutes, hours, days, let me say, be more realistic. Okay. But that's not, that photo is not because he finished his meal. And I'll have to go blow that up and see if it's a salad he's eating. So anyway, the final photos of Sebastian Rogers. The final photos of Sebastian Rogers were taken by his mom at dinner the night he vanished, but they never made it past the table. And I know many of you wanted to know if that meant were they sent to no one or just not to law enforcement. $347,000, and we'll figure that out. Call or text 844-922-3236 or email mostwanted@manhunts.one. Lots of looking around. So it is $347,000. Why would a parent, if I lost my child and I had taken photos 6 hours before, I would be showing those. But remember, Candace didn't either. She didn't release the photos that she had taken earlier in the day of Summer in swimming at the pond or Warrior's Path pond, whatever that was called. I forget, Warrior's Path. She didn't submit those. She submitted pictures that with full hair on a bob, even though Summer's head was shaved, full bob and a Christmas outfit, either from 6 months before or possibly a year and a half before, in my opinion. So Deceptive Detective answers the question. Why keep a missing child's latest photos private? Likely reasons. Visible abuse, meaning bruises, neglect, dirty clothes. His clothes did not look dirty. He could have had bruises. I didn't see him. Huh. Interesting. But there might be some reasons. There may be reasons like detective is saying. Why are those reasons those weren't submitted? Why weren't those submitted? There he is. Is that a salad, everyone? Do you think that's a salad? Is this a salad? Oh, man, sorry. Are you guys still with me? Okay. Is that a salad? I can't tell. I've got my sleuths out there. You're good at photos. If you all can figure that out, that would be wonderful. Let me know if that's a salad he's eating right there. Well, my friends, very, very, very disappointed to hear what is going on. That's weird. Oh my gosh, that was weird. Very disappointed to hear that we have a parent, step parent, stating that, oh, Valley Babies, JD Wells was in here saying hateful things. So I was just calling him out. Okay. We're not going to put up with the hate in here. And when someone's not happy to see additional footage of a child who's missing, then they've got a problem, in my opinion. So when someone's going to come in here and say, we don't need to see it. Oh, we'll find out, Gypsy, when he created the account. We certainly will. Thank you. But yeah, someone who's not anxious, someone who cares about bringing Sebastian home, wants to see everything put out. Doesn't want to say, this is a joke. That person needs to be investigated, in my opinion. Okay? Don't report him, please. I will take care of what I need to take care of, my friends. But that's weird. That's really weird. So people who care, also people who care about Sebastian, that $347,000 reward, those minimizing it, we need to ask why, especially when hired by the parents of PI. Why would he do that? Fire him, Proudfoots. If you don't want him doing that, minimizing the reward for Sebastian, you better fire him, in my opinion. Okay. So my friends, it's bringing out awareness for the community. It's bringing out awareness around. More footage means more eyes coming around again. Hey, show poodles. Hi, crazy cat lady. We are here. We are not leaving. Hi, La Chuparosa Original. Yes, the timing is unbelievable of Green Hoodie. And he waits there, and Green Hoodie waits for 2 minutes. So it's not like they were trying to get through the car. They were waiting. Someone even puts their hand on the car windshield. So in my opinion. So to tell your date that your stepson is deceased when the world besides yourselves are looking for him is very concerning, in my opinion. That is a Scott Peterson move that he did when he was dating, when his wife was missing. And rather than searching for her, he was out dating too, allegedly. So let's see what comes out next, because you never know. You never know. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your day and your time with me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. And we are Sebastian's Army. We're not going to give up. If you do want to email me, it is crimetimebuzz@gmail.com. Thank you so very much. And we now have Jilly's. Thank you for your support, Jilly, for 3 months. Appreciate you all. Christina, thank you for your support for 4 months. And welcome to all our new members. Maria, thank you so much for your super sticker. Same with Panda Bear's mom. You all are lovely. And we will be meeting as definitely a reunion on Saturday for our members, but also I will be seeing you many times before then for all of our family members. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in, welcome back. Hit that subscribe notification bell so you don't miss anything. And I will see you very soon. Blessings to you all, and prayers up for Sebastian Rogers and Seth.